Brazil's job market, it's telling two completely different stories right now. On one hand, you've got these record low unemployment numbers, but on the other, there are these hidden struggles affecting millions of people. Today, we're going to dig in and uncover the real story behind the numbers, and this is all based on a deep dive into data from April 2026. First up, just look at this number. At the end of 2025, Brazil's unemployment rate hit an all-time low of 5.1%. I mean, on the surface, that looks like an incredible success story. It's the kind of thing that grabs headlines everywhere. So yeah, that headline number is what everyone was talking about. But is it telling us everything? We're going to peel back the layers and see what's really going on in one of the world's biggest economies. Okay, let's dive right in. To really get what's happening, you have to understand that there are different ways to take a picture of the job market. And depending on which camera you use, you get a totally different photo of the same reality. So where do these numbers come from? Well, there are two main ways we measure this. Think of the PNAD as a kind of national thermometer. It's a huge household survey that takes a snapshot of everyone. Formal jobs, informal jobs, you name it. It measures the stock of who's employed at a single point in time. Then you've got Caged. That's more like a security camera at a company's front door. It only counts the comings and goings of people with formal job contracts, the flow of hires and fires. Both are useful, but they're telling you very different things. And this is where it gets really interesting. That amazing headline unemployment rate, well, it turns out that's just the tip of a much, much bigger iceberg. What's hiding just beneath the surface is what's truly revealing. So here it is again, the official annual rate for 2025. A historic low that, on paper, makes it look like the job market is booming. This is the good news story, right? But then you look at this. The workforce underutilization rate skyrockets to 14.5%. So what's going on here? This number includes people who are working, but maybe only part-time when they desperately need full-time hours. Or it includes folks who've gotten so discouraged, they've just given up looking for a job altogether. That's a huge jump, and it paints a very different picture for millions of Brazilians. And this number, this one is even more revealing. A staggering 39 million people are working in the informal economy. We're talking no formal contract, no benefits, no social safety net. So yeah, they are technically employed, but they're living with constant financial uncertainty. Let's keep going, because this burden isn't shared equally. Not at all. That national average number we saw, it hides some really dramatic differences that are baked right into the system. Just take a look at this data. The unemployment rate for Black women is more than double that of white men. And even when they do find work, their average income is less than half. This isn't just a gap, it's a chasm. It really shows you how deeply race and gender inequalities are embedded in the labor market. And young people, they face an extreme version of this. Their unemployment rate is nearly 15%, which is over 3 times higher than for prime-age workers. They're caught in that classic impossible trap, right? You can't get a job without experience, but you can't get experience without a job. So that's the picture today. But looking ahead, there's another massive challenge already on the horizon: the impact of technology, and specifically artificial intelligence. And believe me, this isn't science fiction. This is an economic reality that's unfolding right now. The International Monetary Fund has a pretty startling projection. Get this, nearly half, 45% of all jobs in Brazil are exposed to disruption from AI. Just let that sink in. Almost 1 out of every 2 workers could see their job fundamentally changed or maybe even replaced. That's a much higher risk than in most other emerging economies. So what does this actually mean in the real world? Well, jobs that are routine, that are based on processing information, think telemarketers, bank tellers, data entry, they're at a very high risk. But on the flip side, roles that require complex, hands-on skills or a high degree of emotional intelligence, like teachers, construction workers, and healthcare pros, they're much more resilient to this change. So after looking at all this data, what's the big picture? Let's try to pull all these threads together. Okay, here's the bottom line. Brazil's labor market is basically a paradox. You have this celebratory record-low headline number, but it's masking these really deep-seated issues of job quality, inequality, and a massive challenge from automation just around the corner. The strategic insight here is that focusing only on that top-line number is a trap. The real challenge and the real opportunity is to tackle all the stuff hiding just beneath the surface. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure you follow our channel Macroeconomic AI for a lot more insights into macroeconomics, AI, and technology. We put all the links to the original data down in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. And just a quick reminder, this content is for informational and educational purposes only. It's based on a report from April 14th, 2026, and it does not constitute any kind of investment recommendation or financial advice.